Hello.
You ready? We got stuff to do.
Hey, Candice.
Yo, what's up?
Sorry, I was
Castle. Hey, quick
receiving
question.
strike from my
Mhm.
office. Do
Are
want me to-
you
where
maybe
you at right now?
available
Stuff.
for a chat?
For chat?
Yeah,
For a
let's go.
chat. I just had a chat with Hayes, and I kind of want to put it forward to you so that I can
Ooh, spicy.
base opinions and stuff like that on both command and supervisor.
Yes. Is it? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm at MLPD if you want to come by.
If you've already been in the office for a while, then just let me know and we can do it tomorrow or something.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know when exactly I'll be around. So yeah, go for it. I'll be in the office if you want to come by.
All right. I'm still at SESO because I solely came around for that because I've been trying to have this convo with her for a month. So, but yeah, give me like 2 minutes and I'll be there.
Okay, great. I'll see you soon. I'll be in the office.
All right. Cool. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Day to figure out. Want to get like some timings. The black and white card game, it did look good.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Small Eric.
Small Eric. All right. Lay it
Small
on
Eric.
me. What's going on?
First of all, how do you like my costume?
Oh, are you Beric?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's great.
Like people are so brain fucked because I did a pursuit with Yokai and Shift 2 and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing in Shift 2?"
Yeah,
like,
everyone's
the only,
confusing me
yeah.
so much. They're all changing and it's confusing. It's fucking with my brain.
The only way to separate me and Beric is the tattoos, and no one actually pays attention, so it's great.
Yeah, true.
All right, so I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be long or not. With Hayes, it took
Ooh.
a whole hour. It's probably not gonna take this long with you. But
Okay.
pretty much what I told Hayes was, oh, this is gonna sound like every fucking person that comes to you about this shit, but a month ago, I wrote down some prongs that I wanted to discuss with Hayes in particular, and from that point on, it had already been 2 weeks, so I gave it 2 weeks to see if anything would improve on its own, and with like a little push from myself, that didn't work. So I was like, okay, let me note this down, and then I couldn't talk to Hayes until today. So TLDR, I've been feeling like we've kind of lost our spark as PBSO and Shift 1 now. I don't know if this is a shift thing, but I've noticed a lot that personally for me, when I'm around, which is like late Shift 3 into Shift 2, so all the way through, I've noticed that PBSO is very much like to themselves, and they're not really like, even towards other deputies of PBSO, they don't really like talk to each other or like I don't know, we're just very antisocial, I feel like, and especially like in my own shift, like I don't, most things I respond to, I get more support from other departments than my own. And I mean, obviously, like the way I'm saying this already, you're not dumb. You know where I'm going with this. I'm not requesting a transfer, but I do want to bring this up to you because, like I said, I just talked to Hayes about it, and I did want to talk to you because part of it is lack of command and feeling like the bridge between deputies and command is fucking massive right now. And I see you around, but that's about it. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like the concern is that me personally, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone in PBSO, but I'm getting more support, both moral support and actual support on calls from other departments rather than my own. I know people in LSPD and state way better than I do my own deputies, and that's concerning to me because every time that I speak or try to speak to my own people, they either cut it short or I don't know, they're oh so busy or just I don't know, they don't take the time. We call PBSO a family, but it's just it's really not. Like that's not the vibe that I'm getting from uh anything the past 2 to 3 months. So I don't know if that's just a shift thing, a me thing. Hayes kind of agreed. Said she kind of felt the same. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't know. It might be a shift thing. I just want to kind of, poke out opinions and stuff.
And you said mainly shift 1?
Yeah. So I'm mainly shift 1,
Mhm.
and it's mainly like shift 1 into 2 where I'm realizing that I get way more like backup, both morally and just on calls from other departments of my own.
Mhm.
I mean, PBSO is very heavy right after the meeting, but ooh, that's prison. Before the meeting and into shift 2, we kind of die out.
Yes. Okay, when you say that you're not getting like backup in different ways from PBSO, is it because they're not around or because they are around but they're just doing something else?
Kind of both. It depends. So, like, obviously, in my own shift, there's not many PBSO. Often, I like when I'm in shift 3, I'm usually alone unless Barrick and like the typical shift 3 PBSO is around.
Mhm.
Um, but in shift 1, we're pretty okay. Like, we have some units. They're just very on their own. Like, I've noticed a lot of the times when we're doing cleanup on calls, and this is a very bad example, but it's the only one I can come up with right now. But like on cleanups, on a very chill call, for example, when we're just kind of all, you know, winding down and then just chatting with each other, like I LSPD and SDSO is way more tending to like ask for issues and support you than PBSO is, and I don't know if that's like a you know.
Mhm. Do you feel like is it so many people that it is an overall PBSO thing, or do you feel like
No,
there's a specific
no.
few?
I think well, I obviously can't talk for shift 2 because I'm dead asleep by then. Uh,
Yeah.
it's mainly in shift 1, but I don't know if it's like if it leaks. I know like Hayes said she kind of agrees and she has felt the same way a little bit. So I don't know if because she's around later than me, I don't know if it leaks into shift 2 or not.
Mhm.
Um, because like patrol wise, performance we're doing really good. Like PBSO is still very solid. I think
Yeah.
it's just like morale wise and just we're
Right.
lacking support and just socialization with each other. Like I feel like for a department that constantly calls each other family, we don't know shit about each other. Like we don't
Mhm.
know I don't know what anyone is struggling with, even though I've reached out. People don't know what I'm struggling with. We barely have command presence. It's just I don't know. There's a lot of things that are kind of adding up.
Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay, I'm just thinking. Give me a second.
Yeah, of course.
He said a lot of things. Okay, let me break this down in my head. Command presence. Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, I'm just thinking and trying to break it down. So command presence,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. I mean, a lot of the time I've been the only commander actually in PBSO that I've seen around for quite a few days.
I saw Bloom yesterday, and that's about it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I yeah, I'm lucky if I even remember uh any other command members than you most of the day. Because there's
Yeah.
just I don't know.
I haven't seen Beric for a long time. I don't know if he's taken a break. Or he's off. I don't know. Stubbs, I haven't even seen Stubbs for a few weeks.
I haven't seen Stubble in at least 3 weeks. I haven't seen Svensson. I haven't seen Beric. I've seen Bloom yesterday, but besides that, not at all. That might be a me thing because I'm not his shift.
No, I haven't seen him either, but also same thing. I haven't really been awake too early.
And like command, I mean, command is one concern, but I think for the most part, corporals we have enough corporals to kind of cover command. So if command is lacking, we do have corporals to cover it up. But I feel like it's more so an overall morale thing where I think, and again, I can't speak for everyone, but I do feel like
Candice is
if
around.
I have this issue and Hayes also kind of feels like it, I feel like a lot more deputies feel isolated from each other and just the department in general. And I'm not really sure how to fix that. Like I've reached out to people and I've tried to sit down with people.
Candice is around. Stubbs has been around for 3 weeks.
But you know,
because I haven't seen him.
I told Hayes as well. Like you, Anita, and Hayes are very approachable for these type of things, which is good. But I feel like that's about it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I would try. Ever since I got command, ever since I had the interim under sheriff, I always think it's best to talk to everyone, right? Because literally a conversation can make everyone feel a little bit better. I mean, you understand exactly what they are feeling. So I will always do that. I try to encourage the corporals to do the same, but they may have forgotten that since, you know, it was a hot minute ago now.
Right.
I can keep reminding them to do that, you know? I mean, the thing is, I don't want to force people to, you know, chat if they don't feel like it. I mean...
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like... What the fuck? It's one of those things where morale is a difficult one to do, and morale is a difficult one to fix because it's... Sometimes a conversation can help, but sometimes we just have to ride through the motions, you know? Because it will always be up and down. You say, you know, like, you don't feel like you've got people around you that are kind of talking to you too much or whatever, and that could just be the specific people that are coming on duty right now, you know? And in times like these, where it is a bit quieter, where we don't actually have too many cops on duty, I look at it more of a UPD kind of thing. And now I know that may not be what you want to hear, you know? It may not be, you want PBSO to get that better morale boost and have a better culture and all that kind of stuff. And while I do agree, it's kind of difficult to do it when there's only a few of us about. And I think we definitely could. I do think one issue is that we haven't been able to... We haven't been able to have like our meetings up in Polito since it's been blown up, and we aren't getting our projector. God damn it. Goddamn projector. So without the projector...
Oh, you should bring that up.
I'm sorry. I need to just go on duty. And that's not going to help, right? We haven't been able to like we still do work at Wednesdays and all that kind of stuff, but we haven't been able to like properly do things that we normally did where we were all meeting up and all that kind of thing. And I find that a lot of the time during shift 1, there actually is a lot more troopers and LSPD on. Sometimes it's just me and a bunch of troopers. Now, this isn't me saying that I'm not...
Happy Monday, Bell and chat Wolf Rose.
Now, this isn't me saying that I'm like trying to like, you know, put down kind of how you're feeling and that kind of stuff, but it's...
No, I get it. I mean, it's not just talking, right? I mean, I obviously like people not talking to each other is one thing, and I think that's a big reason of our morale being as low as it is, just that we don't actually know each other.
Yeah.
But like when I bring up morale as an issue, it's mostly just like
I will think all of these are in a second.
Picture more than, I mean, you know, them not talking is one thing, but I feel like just like the fact that I'm getting more people from LSPD reach out to me and be like, "Hey, are you okay? You know, how's your shift been? Is there anything you're struggling with?" Rather than my own people, it is concerning to me, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to put it into words, but it just feels very yeah, very isolated, to be honest. And that's not I mean, not to say that command is not doing their job or that you're like, the cause of this or anything. I think it's just a general issue right now that is starting to go around, but the
Mm-hmm.
fact that other departments are doing it and we're not is concerning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I understand what you're saying. I really do. I'll just say my perspective. Sometimes I come on duty, right? I come into work. It's single digit numbers, and and so honestly, at that point, I come in. I kind of just try and focus on UPD. I don't really at that point have the luxury of being able to focus on PBSO purely when there's so little people around. I try and look after everyone around me. Now, from what you're saying, it sounds like some PBSO people aren't even thinking about it in the same way that I am. And I will also say, I don't think it's just a you thing. I've actually had someone else also say a similar thing to me. I've had actually a few questions from people thinking, have we lost the culture of PBSO a bit? And my answer to them was, I feel like maybe it's a bit numbed. It's not quite like what it was when we first like brought us all together again. And it's definitely not like at the best that it can be. But there are also other factors in play. And it's just kind of one of those things. But what I will also say to you is, as much as, I do love having you in PBSO, and I think it would be good for you to stay here, and the culture will come back and we'll work on it as we can. But that being said, if you would feel happier going to a different department, then I'm not going to hold you back. And I doubt some other people will as well. And I mean, recently we've had a few people that have kind of, they've been snatched up by the troopers, and I let them go freely, like we lost Fury recently. I didn't ask any questions. I let him go. Jenny, she's gone now. And it's okay because they're going to be happier. At the end of the day, I do want to focus on the UPD to an extent and make sure that people are happy in their departments. I don't want you ever being upset or just not happy in this department. So that is one thing I will say too. If you do feel like you do need some fresh air or whatever, then I'm not going to hold you back. But that also being said, I will try and keep the support as much as I can here, and see what we can do about the rest of the shift. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I have discussed it with Hayes, and I did tell her that, I mean, obviously transfer has been on my mind. That's why this whole topic even came up in the first place. But I also want to make sure that I have checked off all the boxes before, like, quote unquote, switching sides, even though it is the UP.
Mm-hmm.
I do love PBSO, and I did fall in love with what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that our culture has dramatically decreased from what it used to be before restructure. Because before restructure, when I was in the LSPD, I was constantly working with PBSO, and it was.
You know what? I find it's a
Bro,
funny thing sometimes when you're in a department. Sometimes you do end up working better with and working just more with other departments sometimes. Before the restructure, I was about to see if I could try and move over to troopers, because pretty much like the main people I was really enjoying chases with and the main people I was just enjoying my time with was troopers. I wasn't feeling that with the PBSO at all or anyone else. So yeah, I was. And then we got to the restructure. Well, it was Underwood, it was Snow, Angel. It was just a bunch of great people that I was really enjoying, like going fast on fucking races and all this kind of stuff. It was
Racer
like
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
Outburst. No, I feel
But
that. I've
I would ride with them quite commonly, and I drifted away from a bunch of people in the PBSO. I didn't really feel like Pred was my leader anymore at that point, and I was thinking about it. And then comes obviously restructure, and I have a chance to build up the department that I have been in since I became an officer. And So I came back. But going back to it, I do feel like that's a funny thing that does happen sometimes. But the thing is, at the end of the day as well, is nothing is stopping people from transferring. If you do have more friends in another department, then you can do that. You can. But also, there's nothing stopping you from staying with these other officers on duty and enjoying your time with them regardless of what department you are, as it is kind of a UPD thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of these things where I can't really say too much because it's your like how you personally feel or whatever. But I guess just from me, I will try and support, and I'll keep an eye out on how people are on duty and see if I can spot more things of what you're saying too.
Yeah, I just wanted to
transfer and fuck off.
Poke out different opinions and make sure that I'm not just imagining things.
I'm yapping.
These conversations.
You're not imagining things. No, it's not just you. It's really not.
I will say, like, what you're saying, like, I mean, that comes back to, I think, everyone. I have the same thing. Like, it's
the fuck?
When I was in LSPD, I worked way better with PBSO.
Yeah.
And now I'm in PBSO and I can't work with PBSO, so it's kind of I don't know.
It could be a struggle.
In a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, sorry if I didn't help too much, but that's I'm listening and I take it in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's at the end of the day, that's the most you can do, honestly. It's just listening, because that is a big problem with PBSO right now, is that we don't have anyone to actually go to. So
yeah,
it is good to have you, be open for all that stuff.
Of course,
so I
am always. And if you can't catch me, I am always an email away. Anita always emails me if she needs something, and it always works out. So
yeah, I would love for my emails with you to just continue me being shit talking you. So I'm not gonna email you about serious stuff like that.
I don't even remember what you said, honestly.
Perfect. Keep it that way.
Okay,
I don't want to
great.
get suspended.
Great.
All right. Well, have a fantastic day. All right?
You too. Thanks for coming. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.